What's up, Cam?
Hey, how's it going, Dr. John?
Better than you.
I guess I will just cannonball right on into this one. The question is, how do me and my wife rebuild our marriage after I had a one-night stand or hook up, I guess, with her stepmother?
Let's find out.
Eric? Let's just, as they say, back that thing up. Say what?
Forget that thing ever happened. I thought that's what he was going to say. That'd be the shortest Dr. John Delony episode ever. What should I do? You should forget about this completely. Move on with your life. Don't ever mention it again. What if my wife finds out? She can never find out. You hide that in the closet deep, dude. Let's continue.
Really, it's a wild situation.
What happened?
We were all drinking together. We all killed a bottle of tequila, the three of us within the hour. And then it was just me and her stepmom and the
I bet it was.
My wife went downstairs with the kids and all that good stuff, and they were swimming. And basically, she was asleep, and I was on the couch just waiting for her. I was going to wake her up for her work call. She was supervising or whatever and had to send a closing email. So I was standing there making sure she woke up to do that. And when she woke up, her top fell off. She was wearing a bikini. Her top fell off and put it back on. And then I pursued after that. And
So your marriage is over. You're not going to rebuild this.
The end. Let's hear it for Dr. John Delony. Shortest episode in internet history. Of course, that's not true. I have no idea what this video is 17 and a half minutes long. I have no idea what you're going to talk to this guy about for another 15 minutes. Packing up, where to live, lowest cost real estate. This guy's retarded for a stepmother. Dude, he just ripped the whole family apart.
I can't think of a more egregious violation, man. I can. Kids and beyond kids, this.
it's definitely...
You've blown it up. I think the integrous thing to do is to treat your wife with dignity and respect as y'all make...
Why start now? Why start when the marriage is over? He might as well lean in at this point. I'm the opposite of Dr. John Delony. What would the opposite of a doctor be? I'm garbage man Nate Wazinski. I'm the trash man. I'm the trash man here to tell you that Dr. John Delony's full of crap. Forget about integrity. Your marriage is already over. Lean in. See if you can steal the stepmom from your wife's father now. Let's see if you can handle that task. Let's see if you embrace your villain arc.
I can't think of a more just dishonoring thing you could do to somebody, man.
I agree. It was my biggest, dumbest decision I've ever made, my biggest regret, and I've just...
How long you been married?
This year would be 5 years.
Are those kids yours?
It was her...
Damn!
One of them is, and she was with her little brother and sister as well.
So your wife has 2 kids by somebody else?
No, there was 3 down there. It was just one that was our daughter. That's the only kid we have. And then the other kids were her stepmom's kids, her brother and sister.
Damn.
So obviously this is just insanely sensational, and it's going to make for good YouTube clips and all that. And you also know that what you did is it's just the lowest thing you could do to somebody. So I'm not going to kick you while you're down anymore. What's the world been like since
Leave
then?
that to me.
I've just been trying to figure everything out. It's been really hard. I've been trying hard to forgive myself and just work on myself. Is all I can do at this point.
Pause. First of all, this guy does not regret what he did. Nah, he has to on some level he has to, because he called in to the show, right? To get advice on what to do. I don't think he's calling into the John Delony show to brag about banging a stepmom. But what he says here is, it's like what chicks say. That's what chicks on Fresh and Fit say. I just been working on trying to forgive myself and just move on. I just really need to heal. From what? You cheated on your husband for all the years you were married to him, divorced him, and took his entire life savings. I know, I'm just really trying to move on from that. That's what this guy sounds like. I'm just really trying to forgive myself. Bro.
Me and my wife are cohabitating right now. We're still in the same room. We've been able to go and do things together, and we've been civil and been nothing.
Oh, she knows?
Nothing crazy. Our marriage wasn't perfect before this by any means, obviously, or this wouldn't have even been close to happening. But
does your wife want to stay married to you?
She's in limbo right now.
What's the limbo?
We just need to work on ourselves. We've been attached at the hip since we were 17 and really lost ourselves in our relationship. We just He's
had an eye on his wife's stepmom since high school. That's what that tells me. and he got a shot one drunken night and he took it. What a loser. That's actually Stifler's mom shit. That's gross.
Got
This guy's
together
a bum.
real quick and moved out of state after that real quick, and then had a baby by 18, and so our whole life was just each other and baby. And then
That's not a bad
lost.
thing, and that's not a reason why you hook up with
No,
somebody's
that's
mom.
fucking shitty
Not
reason.
at all. There's never a reason why that it should not have happened. There's
Sure.
no, I'm not trying to make any excuse. I've tried to take accountability from the.
Sure. No, I'm saying there's this just annoying cultural narrative. You got to go find yourself. No, you don't.
Thank you for saying that.
You
Right.
make a commitment with
Dr.
somebody,
Jonathan.
and y'all figure it out. Right? Y'all
Right.
decide we're going to build something together. Phew. So what do you want to do next?
My
I
stepmom.
want my family more than anything, and I understand that I've blown that up, and I'm just trying to. I just can't think of not coming home to my daughter every night and not coming home to my wife every night. Life doesn't seem like there's more to go, and I'm 23, about to be 24, so there's more to go.
You're,
And I
you're
know
a quarter
that.
way. You're a quarter of the way done. First quarter's over.
I just can't see life without them. I really can't.
Because you'll have a child together. Unless you're going to abandon this child, you will be in each other's lives forever.
Right.
All right. So that's a given.
Unless they're child. Never mind.
I don't know unless y'all have some sort of defining.
I'm just saying that's the third scenario. He just said, and no one ever considers that. When people are like, wish me luck, they never say what kind of luck. All right, anyway.
The only word I could think of right now, and this isn't accurate, this isn't right, but this is the word that's in my head. Y'all have to have some sort of line. I'm thinking of the word funeral, keeps coming to mind. You have to have a funeral for what we had is over. And as you described it, this stumbling from 17 into 18 to, oh my gosh, we're parents, to trying to make it all work, to I got really wasted and hooked up with her mom. That is all over. And you got dropped into a coal plunge. You're an adult, right? And when you're 18, 19, 20 and you have a little one, it's easy to still be a kid, but also be a parent. You know what I mean? You're a grown-up adult who may have just blown up his whole life.
Definitely blew up his whole life.
Right? So there has to be some sort of line drawn. This and now this, and that might be you sitting down saying, okay, I have blown up our life. What we had is over. Both of us have to be adults and sit at this table and decide what we're going to do next. Do you want to be married to me?
Imagine that. You're this guy and you're sitting down. You're like, look, the life we had is over. What are you talking about? Look, do we want to move on? No, dude. You sit down and you go, look, I'm an animal. I was an animal from the beginning. You knew that. That's what attracted you to me. I was a stud on the wrestling team. I killed it in football. I'm an alpha male, Jessica, and I got needs. Now look, you were asleep. I was drunk and your mom was on the couch. She's leaning like a man. Blow up your whole family. Who cares? It's one kid? Black dudes do it for 4. Come on, Cam. Be cool for once. Leave your family. Do the right... Look, Cam. Do the right thing for once and leave your family. Do the right thing for once and abandon your entire family.
And she's probably going to say, I don't know, because the thought of answering that question is she knows her life is different now, is blown up, but I don't know that she's metabolized it.
Because again, you've slept with her stepmother.
Right?
That's definitely taken some time. It's only 2 months ago on
Right.
the 8th.
Damn.
The fact that the knife that cut her is still sleeping in the same bed, that's just really close.
Ooh, that's poetic.
So it might mean
John.
you going and saying, I'm going to take 30
Jonathan.
days for you, and I'm going to go live with my mom, with a friend, with whatever, and let the smoke clear.
Right. We did that for about 2 weeks, I would say, and then staying at my mom's, and she lives off a dirt road, though, and a bunch of storms came through and made it pretty inaccessible to get through, especially with my car. And so then went to the couch, and then from there went back into the bed and
Okay, dude.
whatnot. And
It doesn't sound like she's ready for you to be back yet.
Dude.
Does she
definitely
work?
there's not as of now. She's been at
I
home
thought
with
he
her
was-
daughter. She's going.
Thought he was talking about places he was going after old stepmom. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention for a second.
I think she's actually starting today to get her GED. She's going to the local schools out here and doing the testing and stuff like that. She didn't get it.
For her GED.
She's taking the GED today?
Sure, she's starting.
Wait, hold on. This guy's wife is taking the GED today. They're gonna be fine. They're in Jacksonville, Florida. This is commonplace. Come on. This is what they call a Florida honeymoon. What are we doing? She's going for her GED. So you slept with their stepmom. How many times? Once? You're going to be fine. Move on. Forget it ever happened. This keeps getting better.
Classes, I think she's taking the pre-quizzes and pre-tests and all that stuff to see where she's at.
So I want to challenge you. I know that the life of your daughter will be different without a dad in the home.
Here's a challenge, dude. Try not to bang your stepmom ever again, or anyone else who's not your wife. Do you accept the challenge?
I know that. I also know that a wife living in terror for marriage will negatively impact your daughter as well. And so I can imagine your 22 or 23-year-old wife hearing the most insane news ever and having to stay in the same lion's den of the lion who just mauled her present and her future because she has no money. She has nowhere to go.
Damn.
Right.
And so part of me thinks it would be of high integrity
Should have picked a better
for you to
dude.
say, honey, you're trapped.
That's what happens when you go after, what is it, a top tier man, a high quality man. He's desired. You're just getting your GED. Be thankful that this high quality man picked you.
And I know that.
That's what Cam needs to do during the sit down is he needs to remind his lady of all the things that he does do for her and maybe not to focus on the one negative about their entire relationship. Honey, look, sweetheart, you want to freak out about a little incident that happened with me and your stepmom 2 days ago. One little incident. You like the house. You drive the car. Doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it. I took you to Applebee's last Friday. You like that life? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to go back to wrangling alligators with your Uncle Denny in the Everglades? Then this is what we're going to do. We're going to move on from this? That's what the sit down needs to be, right? Dr. John, I'm sure he agrees with me. Let's listen.
Is she still flinching around you?
Flinching?
There are good days and bad days. We've been able to
Ever since the initial headbutt, she's been awfully twitchy.
go to the movies, and we were just able to, this last week, we went to escape room together and went to dinner. And then we're still doing things like that and able to laugh together, and I've been able to
You're
be
fine.
intimate and hug and kiss her. And then other days it's not going like that, which I completely understand.
I want to challenge you to sit down with your wife and say, you've heard me say this before, but I want you to hear me say it again. I blew our lives to smithereens. And my ultimate dream is that you will rebuild something new with me. But I also know that you need time to breathe.
You need
So
time
for
to take
30
this.
days,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna go
I agree.
live.
I agree with Dr. John completely here. I keep forgetting subtle, soft husband aspect of this, but Dr. John, I'm in a complete agreement with him here. Honey, I know you need to take some time to absorb and process the fact that I had sex with your stepmother. But once you process that this is the man that you've married and you come back around, we'll talk about how we're going to move forward in this relationship. I'm in complete agreement with Dr. John here.
And I'm going to take care of all the bills at this house. You're not going to worry about.
That's
You're
right.
going to be able to breathe.
I'm going to take care of all of it, baby.
And
We're just going
I'm
to
gonna
forget
write you a
this
letter
little
every day and
debacle.
put it in the
This
mailbox.
little mistake.
I would love for you to write. Maybe you present her with a nice journal, something you go somewhere and buy a nice one today.
It might be a
And
little
put it
too
on
far.
I want you to get this stuff out of your body and write down.
Do it like our grandfathers did and buy her a bouquet of flowers and tell her to fucking forget it.
Because I know it hurt you bad. But if you keep hovering and she is legitimately trapped as a 22-year-old with a high school diploma. Did she even graduate high school?
That's why I took her to an
sir.
escape
Okay,
room.
she's got nothing.
Dude, John, you're making his case. She's got nothing. What is this guy calling into you for? He's gonna be fine. Stop making it sound like he has to do all this shit. He's gonna be fine. She has nothing. No education, no money. She leans on him for basically everything. Where's she gonna run to? Her dad's house? I don't think so. That's where the other supervillain lives. It's where old stepmommy is. He's gonna be fine. She has nowhere to go. She's trapped.
To tread water. You've
And he's not physically hitting her.
heard of fight or flight.
Right.
There's another one called fawn, where you have to
I'm
nuzzle up next to
joking,
the
by the
person
way.
who just tried to kill you or just blew up everything because you got nowhere to go. It's the safest place for you.
That's her.
Do the next dignified right thing and give her a chance to breathe and make sure she's got no worries when it comes to money
Yeah.
for the next month.
And I guess I have a wimpier question for you based off of that then.
Okay.
I just feel like we've both establish that we're both just codependent on each other, and that, I don't know, it's just hard for me to eat.
You don't even know what that means, dude. That's a couple of 23-year-olds Googling what that term means.
Very true.
You don't even know what that means, so don't try to give any diagnostic excuses. You got to be a grown man. You're 23. You just blew your family up. You have to say, I'm going to do the next right thing, which is to let my wife stand back up on her own 2 feet because I knocked her down.
That's right.
And then
that's how you teach them how to be tough.
I'll do anything it takes. What does rebuilding trust look like? And after 30 days of the smoke clearing and her catching her breath, she may look across that table and say, nothing. You slept with my mom.
Right.
High five,
or
right?
She might say,
she's going to say, here's what it'll take.
And then you,
but you don't need,
as a grown man, have to make a choice.
You just ignore whatever she says. You can go somewhere else.
And I'm not trying to minimize the situation or make an excuse, but I didn't fully sleep with her mom.
Doesn't matter. It happened.
And
I didn't really put it all the way in. You know what I mean? Just couldn't take it.
I know.
Go from there. She didn't find out or anything. I sat her down and told her, which also doesn't make a difference, but
right, it is what it is. And you need to understand from her perspective, she lost her mom too.
Stepmom.
She's lost everything.
Not that big of a deal.
And there's past trauma from her stepmother as well.
I would imagine so.
And also future and present trauma.
And so I think that we're doing the next compassionate right thing, which is you're going to have groceries, the rent's taken care of, the bills are taken care of, you're going to be able to breathe. Even if you want to go one step further, which I think you should, I'm going to help with childcare, whatever
Ice
you
your wife.
do. I'm going to give you 30 days. And then at the end of 30 days, I want us to go eat breakfast at such and such place. And I want us to ask the question, are we going to...
How do we kill your dad? I'm kidding. But that would be funny if if old Johnny, baby, Johnny Ballgame here, Johnny Advice here, told him, we're going to sit down, we're going to figure out a way to get dad out of the picture. We're going to bring stepmom on board full time.
Stay married. And I want you to tell her, I hope we can. And I understand we got to rebuild everything.
And I'm okay with that.
But I want y'all to have a date on the calendar when you're going to come back together.
Right. That makes sense.
And say, text me if you need me to come get our little girl. But we're not sleeping together. We're not hugging and kissing. We're just taking a break. Is that cool?
It's going to suck, but if that's what's needed, I'll do absolutely anything to move on from this, even if it's not in the direction that I'm hoping for.
The thing you can do next, you can't undo what happened. The thing you can do next is be a person of high integrity.
No, dude, you got her on the ropes. High integrity? There's no time for integrity, Dr. John. You know that. Integrity's not fun. Let him be a little boy. I'm just kidding.
And honor moving forward.
And that's just been eating me alive, too, because I've thrown my moral compass so off because I've always told myself I wasn't that person. I would never be able to do that. I've looked down on others that have done that and be like, oh, they can do that.
That's a lie.
The person they say that
you knew it was in you the whole time. You just didn't want to acknowledge it.
That's right. And so you are now have to reestablish trust with you.
That's not okay.
And that means you have to do the next right thing.
You have to establish trust with you. No. What does that mean, doctor? It means you're dying, Nate. Fair enough. You have to establish trust with you? Well, I told myself I'd never do that again, and then I did it again. What are you talking about?
You can't will it or you can't think it into being. You just have to act it. You have to do the next
It's called manifesting.
Trustworthy thing. I've often found trust rebuilding. If you have other people in your life that you've wronged, it'd be a good time to get on the phone and call them and say you're sorry. It's doing the next right thing with your wife and with your kid. It is going to do some acts of service. So twice a week, I want you to go to a food kitchen. I want you to go do the next right thing that's bigger than you so that you can reestablish trust with yourself. If you go to a local church, why don't you go sit with the pastor and say, hey, here's what I did, and I blew up everything.
That was one of the very first things I did.
Good.
I went there, talked with him, went to therapy immediately. We've done couples therapy.
Did you go have sex with the pastor's stepmom too?
Help that she didn't really give any tools to use or any kind of plan of action to...
Sometimes going to couples therapy right after something is trying to go to PT instead of into surgery. It's like being in a car wreck and going straight to the physical therapist. It's not time yet, man. It's got to reset the bones and stitch somebody up and take out all the bad tissue.
Bad analogy.
Let those wounds heal, and then you can start going to
set the bones
therapy.
after this guy just
It's just a matter
slimed
of
out his
fast.
stepmom. Gross. You need to reset the bones.
I think you can do the next right thing, man.
Get rid of dad.
And I hope more than anything that your daughter doesn't grow up without a dad.
He's just trying to make him scared
decides, hey, I just can't move past this such
Dr.
a horrific
John ain't
violation of our
prepared
marriage
for this shit. I
I
am.
hope you will honor her and say, I get it. And
I am. Look, I understand relationships. I understand how these things work. You guys should be coming to me for advice. That's what I know. Dr. John is fun to watch, but I'm going to get you through some shit. It's going to be hard. It's going to be the hardest pill you'll ever have to swallow, but I'll get you through it one way or another, and it'll be fast. I'm going to open up a psychologist practice. I can't do that. I can't just declare myself a psychologist. It's not like a king. I'm going to open up a counseling business and I'm not doing that. That's going to take too long. And I don't have money to do that. So that's a ridiculous idea. I have no idea where I would get the capital. I would go out of business quickly. So that's a foolish idea. I'll see you next video.